far worse than 1929. So, yeah, the Dow hit a new high, I guess, all time, I think, and so did S&P a new high, and gold headed towards under 1600. So, it's funny, I've been stuck at like 12, 11,000 subscribers for years, but it's going to heat up again. And those that tell the truth, you know, many are called but few are chosen. So some people are in the truth, not too many. And it's hard to make money with the truth, because it's... But I'm not worried about that, because Babylon the Great shall fall, and great shall be the fall thereof. People didn't think the Roman Empire was going to fall. People didn't know the U.S. Empire would fall. But those that read the Founding Fathers know that, you know, this land was redeemed with the shedding of blood. And they forged that Constitution, you know, after Articles of Confederation, after wars, Washington, you know, people freezing to death at Valley Forge, wood and teeth. The founders were amazing men, and they bequeathed us this amazing experiment. And they gave us a republic, if we can keep it. But we haven't kept it. And so those that know the Constitution and love the Constitution realize the Constitution is finito, acabado, over. The Bill of Rights is just about completely decimated. And then if you understand the financial markets, it's a triple whammy. And yeah, so I'll just say it, you know, if you understand at a really high level, it's a triple whammy exponentially. So there's people that get it spiritually, a lot of women get it spiritually, but a lot of men, you know, it's hard. You know, you're pulling down good money, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 400, or, you know, even those that are making 75 or 80. But those people making their 50 or 60 are slaves. The worst slaves in the history of the world. They work their asses off, and then they get taxed to death. And they're, you know, on all kinds of medications, and it's just horrifying. People don't realize Medicaid and Medicare is bankrupt. And, you know, the latest news is lamenting that the 3- and 4-year-olds aren't going to get handouts. It is so over. So, 1929, the deficit, I don't think the deficit got over, you know, probably less than 100 million. If there was a deficit back then, there probably wasn't. And then you study the interest rates, you know, the Fed came in, and the Federal Reserve and the IRS, 1% on the top tax bracket. And so we've had bracket creep in a major way. And those here in California, I love California, but it's over in California. And it's over in most states. And we're going to be back to basics. And so if your net worth is $1 million or $2 million or 50 million or even $1 billion, you know, come a point where Soros will have to have his non-hybrid seeds and people helping him out, but you know, he's made $1 billion, I guess, trading currencies the last 3 or 4 months. It's not going to matter. Not going to matter. That's why gold's being pushed down. People are going to go into it. Newmont, I think, is down under 43. But you know, if you're the government, you just regulate Newmont. You can regulate it out of existence if you want. That's why, to me, the beginning began economically in 1866 with the ICC. So we had a little bit of freedom. The ICC came in, started shutting down the railroads, some monopolies. Rockefeller monopolies, and you probably studied, you know, them shutting down. Maybe they don't teach that anymore, the monopolies. But now it's just one big monopoly. One big monopoly. So that's why getting back to the land, because, you know, we're going to be back to the land, but some people, you know, what can you say? That's why I don't get along with, or, you know, how can you communicate? They think you're crazy if you don't think the system's going to be around for another 30, 40, 50 years. And so the people on CNN, or whether it's, who's that new conservative guy? To me, he's a faux conservative. I never listened to him. And I forget. I don't know. He's got a total New York accent. Mark Levine. I think Mark Levine. You know, he's a false conservative. He doesn't get it. He doesn't know what the hell is going to go on. You know, he understands some stuff, but it's not the lawyers that are going to rule. And it's not the guys on Wall Street in suits. It's going to be the real men. And frankly, those with native blood in them are going to make a comeback. So I'm glad I got a little Cherokee blood in me. Keeps me going. So I'm not depressed. I'm stoked for the end. I'm getting the best shape of my life. So as the stock market hits new highs, you go, wow, wouldn't it be great to short at the right time? But you don't know when the buttons are. I don't know when the buttons are going to be pushed. I'm not the guy that controls when Ben pushes the buttons. I just try to read the tea leaves. I think I was listening to one other guy. He was, how do the evil people think? That's the only way you're going to figure it out. If you're righteous down in the core, you know, you don't understand the depths of depravity. And I don't think we ever will. But there's a plan for us, and some of us are going to restart civilization. So I headed to San Francisco for a couple days. Santa Cruz, you betcha. I'm going to hang out with Careful Carpenter. We'll be on the beach talking deep stuff. I'm going to play some pinballs in Santa Cruz like I did in high school. I love pins. I got hired as a bouncer one time playing pins because of my triceps. Pretty funny. So if you're in Santa Cruz, message me. Then I plan on going down the coast if everything stays as is. And yeah, I'm going to see George, controversial George, and I probably might even see Morning Mayan and some other people down there and kind of catch the read. Am I going to build my survival garden in Los Angeles? No. Am I going to build in California? No. Am I going to build in Utah? Maybe. Maybe Arizona. Utah or Arizona. Definitely the Rocky Mountains. It'll be much worse in 1929. Deficit's, what, 160? The debt's 166 trillion now? How many people have their own chickens? How many people milk their own cows? Even in rural areas, people don't milk their own cows and goats. We are so unself-sufficient. True wealth, women will hang on, just like in Isaiah, 7 women will take hold of one man. One man that's, what, wearing a business suit with a net worth of 50 million? Nope. A man that knows how to take care of them after the changes. That's what's coming. So I'm going to prepare for that because I want to take care of people. And seeing what's going to happen, it's not paying into the Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security system. It's, I love people and I love old people, but that game's over. We're going to watch it end in the next 2 or 3 years. It's ending right now. You know, people like Gerald Salente, poor guy, had some of his money with Corzine. They just took it. I used to be with that same company. Didn't have much money left in that account. It got wiped out trying to trade futures a long time ago. That was like 20 years ago. But yeah, Lynn Waldock is gone. So, real skills, real men, real life, real women. We live in a very fake, faux world. F-A-U-S. But get ready. Get ready. If it happens this year or 2014, get ready. Because here it comes.